Peace and blessings. I hope you guys are doing well. All praises to the Most High. All praises to our Mellah King Yahushuwa Mashiach. I was able to start this on time. I had it already set and everything. It's pretty cool. I won't say that I'll get in the habit of doing this all the time, but it is a lot helpful as opposed to me just, kind of doing videos. But I'm a little bit more up to speed, I feel like, and I'm not as long winded when I am posting videos. So I'm going to go back to do that because I know a lot of people, who do watch my videos on my channel probably like, yeah, this dude is long winded. You know what I mean? But by me being in this program for as long as I've been in this program, or should I say, since they've started torturing me, I used to be a lot more sharp. I was quick wit, you understand, and I still have a lot of those things, but it's just like they've depleted me slowly but surely over time. Nonetheless, I am still grateful that the Most High has allowed for me to still maintain um, some level of dexterity. You understand what I'm saying? Some level of intellect, some level of understanding, because these people have tried earnestly to deplete that. They want our minds. And if they cannot have your mind, then they're going to destroy your body. You understand, with the intent that that's going to um, spur or bring about some type of mental crippling based off of what you look like or what they're doing to you physically. You understand what I'm saying? But I already made it plain that I do not care about this body. You understand what I'm saying? Not in the means of me saying that I, just don't care, but I'm saying that just like I don't care about the world, you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is carnal. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't care about it. Do what you want to this body. As long as my mind is still intact, that's all I care about. Okay. The title of this is the blessings of the wicked. Subtitle is curses they reap. Should have been the curses that they reap, or the curses they reap. Nonetheless, it's the same. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about that and give you some examples about how these people, and I'm pretty sure you guys know, the ones who are going through this mess. Y'all know what's going on and what has happened to you, the so-called family members around you, the so-called friends, right? Faye, right? The people who have turned you in. You understand what I'm saying? These are the ones who has the most intel on you to provide uh, these organizations what they need about you so that they can use it against you. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of these people know your secrets. A lot of these people know your strengths and they know your weaknesses. Okay, so who better to use than the people that knows you, right? Those are the best people to use. You understand what I'm saying? But excuse me, y'all. I had just took my a few pumps of my breath pump because I had to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, my respiratory system has been acting up. But nonetheless, forgive me if I'm coughing through this. I'll be all right. Um, where was I going? Okay, so the blessings of the wicked, you understand what I'm saying? These people don't get to be blessed, okay? The wicked doesn't get blessed unless they are creating havoc amongst themselves and amongst mostly the children of the light, which are the Most High people. That's the only way that they can continue to garner blessings. You understand what I'm saying? And I know you guys have seen things like this play out in real time when you hear a lot of these people talk about karma. You understand what I'm saying? Um, where what goes around comes around, right? Scripture says that you reap what you sow, right? So what you put out, you're going to get back in return. And my whole thing is like, you can always tell when somebody is a spellbinding narc, okay? And like I said, portraying themselves as an empath. And the wicked don't get it twisted. They don't like each other either, okay? Because remember, when we're born into this matrix, we're born with holy angels watching over us. You understand what I'm saying? These are ministering spirits that the Most High send out. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's many holy spirits, right? And these spirits, these holy spirits, are to ensure that we stay on the right path. They keep us, you understand what I'm saying, on the right path. Anytime that we venture off, you understand what I'm saying, there's always this feeling of regret, this feeling of resentment, this feeling of longing for, you know, your father, or wanting to be made whole, wanting to be right or corrected. You understand what I'm saying? When you just know better. You understand? The wicked doesn't have that. Okay. They don't have that. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're born that way. They are. Okay. Then of course we know that we have demons that's assigned to us. Now, even the wicked has, depending on the individual, they all have demons that's assigned to them as well. But I talked a little bit about this before, where I said that even the wicked wants our demons that's assigned to us. You understand what I'm saying? This is the reason why when they are attempting to sacrifice someone, and then, in if they are successful, their whole thing is them attempting to garner the life force energy of that person that they are attempting or has sacrificed. You understand what I'm saying? So they want the good and the bad that comes along with that person. That is their life force energy. That is all of the trauma. That is all of the strongholds. That is all of the sins. You understand what I'm saying? That they have committed. You get what I'm saying? The soul ties, the familiar spirits that comes along with them due to their bloodlines, especially if you're a person who is, like I said before, blood marked. And a lot of us are blood marked, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. Okay. So this is important to these people because the higher ups know, that is to say, the spiritual wickedness in high places, their whole thing is attempting to garner the life force. They don't care about the money. I told you guys that money is only just a means of control for them to keep the pawns in motion. All right. To keep them motivated. Okay. That's the only reason why they're doing that. But nonetheless, you have to understand, they want our demons that comes along with us as well. You understand what I'm saying? And where I was going with the whole idea of wicked, people and their interworkings and their circles, they hate each other as well. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of them are jealous of one another. Narcs not only feed off of empaths, but they also feed off of other narcs as well, because you have to understand there are worse, you get what I'm saying, narcs than there are some, I guess you can say, not so worse off narcs. You get what I'm saying? But nonetheless, they still are narcs, right? There's only, I guess you can say, like, where it comes to like a, a a prideful narc, someone who takes pride in being a narcissist, those people, they're not going to think twice about it. But if you have like someone who is a narc in training, or, and let me just say this before I get back to that. We all have, and like I said, we all were molded, shaped in iniquity. You know what I'm saying? So we all have those tendencies in us to be wicked, right? There's darkness within all of us, right? It just depends on what you're doing, where your mindset is, your intention. That's where it comes from, and who you're worshiping, right? It all comes down to that pyro, right? Uh, Pyroti, which is idol worship, okay? Which is the worship of fire, right? Because the Most High is a consuming fire, right? So Satan wants to always mimic and mock, right? He's a copycat, the jester, okay? So the reason why I say that is because it always comes down to a narc wanting to gain power. They have to be fueled always. And the reason why I say that they will also use other narcs is because, you know, you have some narcs who are not willing to go the extent as some of them who are so, like I said, spellbinding narcs. Those people are proud to be wicked. Okay. And I think narcissism is just probably like soft core. It's a softcore way of calling someone wicked, I feel like. Because if you wicked, clearly you are a narcissistic person. But to me, I feel like you know, narcissist narcissism is just a softcore way of calling somebody wicked, because that's just it, and that's all. Because we all have those traits within us, like I said, because it goes back to the garden. Okay, it goes back to the garden. But once again, narc still, like I said, will use other narcs. They will be and put themselves in the company of other narcs. All right. And I'm speaking about wicked people, right? They still don't even like each other. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they're talking mess about one another, waiting for the next one to slip up. You understand what I'm saying? So that they can then gain their life force energy. You understand what I'm saying? Even though they were brothers and or sisters, you understand what I'm saying, of the same flock, that is of goats, right? Wickedness. So they were of the same fold. So that doesn't mean that they don't, you get what I'm saying? They're not waiting for them to drop dead. You get what I'm saying? It just means that, once everybody has pretty much contributed what they've contributed, and if they can't use you, the fallen, anymore, then that's it. Because naturally, the mind, like I said, is meant to stretch, but not by force. So you either have those humane characteristics within you or you don't. You understand? But you could be a person who has been tainted. Therefore, you understand what I'm saying? You would have to um, corrupt them or corrupt their humane identity. But nonetheless, uh, the mind, like I said, is meant to be stressed, but not by force. So the innate uh, humaneness still within us. You understand what I'm saying? And that's still, I would say, depending on the person, it's still partial of, you know, the right from wrong, which is the Most High still dwelling within you. Because remember, he gives us a choice to make, to either choose to do righteously or choose to do wicked. So you're gonna know, especially if you're an adult, you're gonna know if what you're doing is wicked or what you're doing is righteous. You understand what I'm saying? And right? No one has to sit up here and, define that for you. It's going to be dignified by your actions, right? It's going to be dignified by your actions. So no one has to sit up here and play Trivial Pursuit on, oh, why is this happening to me? Based off of the consequences. Well, what did I do? You know what you've done. You understand what I'm saying? You know what you've done. And that's what it literally comes down to. Okay. But I'm gonna get off the whole subject of the narc thing, okay? Because I want to just focus primarily on how the wicked are blessed, okay? They're blessed if they can deter a righteous person from their mission. They're blessed if they can deter a righteous person from their assignments. You understand what I'm saying? Um, One example is that, and I'm going to go back to my experience, because, like I said, I like to use myself as an example. I don't believe in grouping, or pooling everybody into the same, um, category, because I don't think that that's fair. Everybody has their own story, their own journey and battles as it pertains to us collectively winning the war, right, against darkness. So I won't go out on a limb and say that, because I think that that's unfair. So I'll just use myself as an example, like I've been doing. But I always have to go back to New Orleans, where the Most High sent me to New Orleans. And you have to understand that that is a wicked place. I don't care what nobody says. Um, People who are from there, of course, are going to swear up and down that that place is not wicked, because that's just what it. But here's the thing: I'm from LA. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. You understand what I'm saying? So I can tell you first off that this place is wicked. It is wicked to the bone. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that because of what I'm going through. Bottom line is that the reputation speaks for itself. This is a wicked ass place. But I've actually traveled to many different places. You understand, that the Most High have sent me to. And I'm not just saying that just because I'm not from that place, but you can't even be, biased like that. Come on. So it's easy for a person who is from that place to say, oh, well, that place is not wicked because that's where I'm from. So you're gonna, feel some kind of way about telling the truth about where you're from because of whatever, right? So let's just keep it real. Okay, I'm just saying that from an unbiased opinion. And this is based off of what I experienced, okay? This is based off of what I experienced as an outsider, okay? So that's number one. He sent me there, right? And that's the heart of witchcraft, okay? That's the heart of sorcery, okay? Is the southern belt. Because once again, I give glory to no man. But I want to tell you this. The southern witches are some of the most powerful witches, along, side, of course, um, the witches and warlocks in Africa, as well as, well, really a lot in the African diaspora are attached to witchcraft, and they are prevalent in that. That's the reason why over there in those third world countries in Africa, you see it's so much cataclysm, it's so much famine, it's so many droughts. You understand what I'm saying? They're living impoverished. It's beyond um bearable, right? It's beyond bearable. Unbearable. I'm sorry. It's beyond unbearable. Um, so another place is South America, you know, but Santeria and Candomblé, I told you guys, originated in Africa. Okay. But of course, with migrations and selective breeding, customs, traditions, and teachings have been passed on, of course, adopted, um, overhauled, and then of course superimposed on what they thought they knew, and created, a whole cesspool of this new age, pretty much, of sorcery, right? That's what you have. But nonetheless, the southern belt is literally, you have some of the most strongest warlocks and witches residing in the south. Okay, you do. And that's just a fact. I don't care what anybody says. And like I said, I give no glory to no man or women. I'm talking about in the United States. You have a lot of that residing in the South. A lot of those strong warlocks and witches are in the South. Okay. But when I went down there, right, a lot was going on. Okay. Um, this, like I said, my targeting officially jump started in 2018 of April during Passover. Okay. Um, that's when everyone had made a consensus to conspire to kill me, okay, to sacrifice me. And like I said, you guys already know, if you've been watching my channel and following my story, you already know why I believe that it was jump started. And I've made it plain as day. Okay, I've made it plain as day. So when I got down there, I had gotten rid of my phone. Okay. Got rid of my phone. All I had was my bag. I had a few clothes. I had some deodorant, you understand? And I had like a bar of soap or something like that. So I didn't have any type of electronics at all. All I did have, though, were a pair of headphones. They were the wired ones. And I would put those in my ears. You understand what I'm saying? I would pretend like I was talking to people, because they couldn't tell what I had on me. That's why they were so keen on attempting to get my bag. Oh, and I had my Bible, of course. So they wanted that. They wanted all my possessions. So I would have nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Especially my Bible. They wanted that the most. And it's interesting because looking back, I didn't understand a lot of the key things that the Most High was showing me. Uh, Things that they knew of me and I just did not know. You get what I'm saying? So now I understand it, coming around full circle, exactly why they made the decisions that they made, said the things that they've said, attempted to do the things that they were doing because of this moment in time. I was down there and I saw a lot. Okay. They played with my mind, of course, because that's what they like to do. But there were so many people and so many things. Um, hey, what's up? How you doing? Haven't heard from you or seen any video of yours in a while. So it is nice to see, you. How are you doing? I hope you are well. It's been so long, man. So long. I'm still here though, nonetheless. I'm still going through it though. But the Most High is he is amazing. Words can't even explain. But anyways, when I was down there, the Most High had shown me so many different things in the spirit. And I would imagine that's the reason why he had taken everything from me. You understand? He put it into my heart to right, hallelujah. He put it into my heart to, get rid of all my things, or at least anything that would be a distraction to me, because he was showing me every single thing that was taking place, as it pertained to my reality and what these people were doing to me, and what, they had initially, like I said, got together a consensus to conspire to sacrifice me to their demon gods. My family knew about it, so-called friends, they were all, tainted, and everything, everyone. And it was like anyone that I tried to seek help from, uh oh, I'm glad it did. All praise to the Most High. I'm glad it did. I'm glad it did, because that's all I want to do is try to help all of us, the best way it's possible. Just tell my story, my testimony. That's all I got. That's it. But where was I going with this? Okay, so he sent me down there so that I would have no distractions, and I was seeing a lot of things. You understand what I'm saying, in the spirit. Um, and I was just seeing the inner workings and the outer workings of how these people were operating. He literally showed me the rundown of the whole operation, and they would say things like that out loud because they were so pissed off that they couldn't, you know, um, sway me into going into, some place that I'm not familiar with. You understand what I'm saying, or a blind spot, so they can attempt to, slay me. Like, this is what these people were attempting to do. You understand what I'm saying? And it was like the Most High was training me in that moment. You understand, to like really follow Him and abide by His Spirit. You understand what I'm saying? And just have faith. There was a lot of things that He had shown me, signs, and even in the heavens, like He had showed me a rainbow. He had shown me, the sun, how it set below the horizon, and then it was like this road that the sun casted this reflection on the Mississippi River. Because I was sitting like on this building, this abandoned building, and I was just sitting at the edge of it, just thinking, and I was just weeping. Just, I was pretty much at my wit's end. I'm just like, I don't think I can do this. But my soul would not let me die. It just would. My soul will not let me die. When I tell you, I just did not. I didn't care about what the hell they were doing. I knew that everything I went and bought there. You understand what I'm saying? Even the money that these wicked people were giving me was tainted. You understand? I knew that. But like I said, there was times where I didn't have anything to eat, and I had to eat out of the garbage. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have too much pride to tell people that. That's the truth. I did not have anything to eat. And like I said, the things that I ate out of the damn garbage was even tainted. So that's just how bad these people wanted me dead. You understand what I'm saying? And they were pissed off because all of the witchcraft that they were doing on me just did not work. That's why they were sending in all types of witches. People were flying in from Texas, from the East Coast. You understand what I'm saying? Because they just knew that I was going to die. They knew it. They knew it. And my family knew too. And I made it plain that when I was down there in New Orleans, okay, my family had already gotten wind of me when I made it down there. So they had no intention on actually coming down there to New Orleans to identify my body once they had found out that I was so-called dead, right? I was a John Doe. So my family never went down there because they were just so certain I wasn't going to make it back. Okay. So I had to set the tone for that. Okay. I want to say this though. Though all of the sorcery and things like that they were doing, I'm gonna tell you this. One thing I noticed is this. This is when I first noticed how the perps and all these wicked people doing the footwork, how they're moving in operation, because I was just seeing all this stuff in action, and I didn't speak a lot when I was down there because, for one, I didn't have nobody to speak to. Of course, a lot of them were being fake to try to come, up in my bubble, my space, and attempt to see curses. You understand what I'm saying? And it's very, very, it was so subtle. And they were coming in, very delicately in the form of a perspective fae. And they, of course, they were faux. You understand? And I knew that. You understand what I'm saying? I knew that, but I couldn't do anything because, for one, I was by myself. So I felt helpless, but I knew that I wasn't alone. And it was only the Most High who could have gotten me this far and was still keeping me alive for some reason, even though these people were trying to put it into my head that I deserved to die. You understand what I'm saying? They were trying to put that into my head that I deserve to die, like I need to die, or to try to sway me to go back to sin. You understand what I'm saying? So that I can fall prey to their snares. They can set me up, and then, of course, they'll get their sacrifice. That's exactly what it was that they were trying to do. So they were just sending in people, deploying them left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. You understand what I'm saying? Left and right. And of course, I couldn't explain a lot of the things that they were doing to me from a technological aspect, but I knew what was happening to me spiritually, and I knew it was sorcery. I knew the moment I felt it, this started happening. I was like, yeah, this is witchcraft. Immediately, I just knew. I just knew. Even and of course, I didn't understand the technological side of things, so of course, I was holding off on that as well. That's why I made a public announcement, an apology, should I say, to a lot of the TIs. She was talking, heavily about the technological aspect. Not to say that I was not trying to adhere to that. It's just that, me personally, like I'm just like old school, in my thinking, that I just know that even when they're mentioning AI, like that is still demonic too. Okay. It's still demonic too, because the most I gave these fallen ones, this technology. So of course they're using it against us. So that's how I thought about that. And I just didn't know how to explain it from technological aspect because I just didn't do enough research too. Now that I'm briefed about it, I understand 100% about what you guys are saying. There are some things that are a little bit, far-fetched, of course, and I believe that that has a lot to do with, fake TIs being seeded into the community and then, spewing false information. So that's the reason why I say that. But nonetheless, it was a tough thing. The thing that was very, very interesting to me was the fact that I noticed that now this is before I started seeing a lot of people with Bluetooth headphones all the time. This is when they at first, started coming out, because remember when they first came out, they were really cheap and things like that. So I started seeing everybody with Bluetooth headphones, like all the perps, and it wouldn't be two of them in their ears. It would be like one. And I noticed that even today too, like they'll have one in their ears, and then like some people, the average person might say, oh well, yeah, it's just like any like earpieces. Because remember, when the first earpiece came out, it was big, right? It was huge. It was like this big one earpiece that you would put on your ear, and you would wear that, and then it was wired, and then of course it was Bluetooth, but it was still big, or it was smaller. They made it smaller, right? Because that's what happens, right? As technology increases, right? um Everything gets smaller, right? It's all about nano. But you could see these headphones in people's ears, and they only had one. And I was like, okay, well, what the hell is that? I started thinking, I'm like, okay, yeah, what the hell is that? And see, that is where, also it was a little bit, I was blindsided by the technological aspect of that too, because remember, Satan is, well, I don't want to just say Satan, the fallen are spirits, okay? And that's why scripture says that he is the prince of the air, because these spirits, they move, right? And then these are invisible spirits that a lot of us cannot see. And they inhabit people's vessels by way of their sensory glands. So that's how you're able to get attacked by these spirits and then get possessed, right? Because our bodies are portals and we have holes all over our damn body, right? So this is how these spirits get into us, the fallen, and of course the spawns of the fallen, right? So I was like, okay, now I understand where the whole whispering thing comes from, the whispers, because spirits whisper, right? Babblings. And they use other people, right, to still whisper, right? And I knew that. I was like, I knew that already. And then he was like, okay, shut up. I'm going to show you something else. It's like, okay. And I started seeing these people with these damn Bluetooth headphones on. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Why are they sitting around here with these damn headphones on? And then I knew, that these people half the time were not talking to anyone. But I also knew that there was something going on with that. Like someone was telling them to do something, because how they were operating and moving, it was like, I can tell it wasn't by their own volition. Like these people were not doing that because they just wanted, like to do that in that moment. Of course, they signed up to do it. So that was the okay for the contract made that was consummated between them and the fallen. But of course, how to pinpoint, go left, go right, this time, that time. You understand what I'm saying? For them to follow a guideline, like that on their phone, You know what I mean? Like it's so hard to be concise like that. It's just not possible. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it was explained to me in a deeper, you know, concept where I was like, okay, then these people obviously it's AI. You understand what I'm saying? But mind you, when a person mentions AI, you know, a lot of people forget that that is still demonic. Okay, it is nothing short of the same things that spirits do. Right? They're just in technology. They're just using technology, like I said, to induce and to maximize the sorcery. That's it. That's it. So that's what it was about. It was the whole whispering and you know the congregating. Like they all had to be in unison and share and then bask in that collective, because these are people that I was seeing with my own two eyes, people from different lodges, you know, and I knew how to spot them. I knew how to spot them because the Most High showed me who the hell they were. You understand? And it was like every almost I would guess you can say a variation of lodges had their day when they came and like was perping me. You understand? Taking part in this potential sacrifice, right? So I saw the Rosicrucians, people from that. It was people from the Eastern Stars were there. They had their day. The Shriners or the more Masons, you know, with the Shriner hats and the little fucking tassel dangling from it. They were there doing they had their thing. And then of course you had the Greek frats and the Greek soras. They were there, white and black. You understand what I'm saying? They were bumping glasses and asses and happy because they just knew. You understand? And I didn't understand, like, who the hell am I? Like, why y'all doing all this to me? You understand what I'm saying? So I did not understand it I didn't understand it, you know, the magnitude of it from a spiritual standpoint 100%. I really did not. I only just thought that, oh, okay, this is based solely alone off of me just, you know, undue influence. You understand what I'm saying? Fraud, forgery, what took place with my grandfather's inheritance. You understand what I'm saying? I was thinking that that's really what it was, because they were saying things like that too. But I knew that that's what jump started it. It was the fact that it was a family account that was left to me and my brother. You understand? But like I said, in order to obtain that, I would have to assume Freemasonry, and I wasn't willing to do that. And they knew that. They knew that. They knew that. I just didn't know that. You understand what I'm saying? I just didn't know that. So it was just interesting to see how so many enemies of one another were actually friends, right? They were actually friends. And like I said, the wicked does not have to be friends, be best friends with one another. They just all have to have a commonality, or that is to say, an arch nemesis. And they have to have a goal, and that is to take them down by any means necessary. Because at the end of the day, they are a defect. That is to say, the children of the light, the real, true, chosen people of the Most High. We cause a defect in this matrix. And I told you, we're literally the glitches. That's why a lot of the artwork that I create, you know, is centered around that. Glitch is supposed to be representative of time, right? So I create a lot of art that is centered around that. Okay. We're glitches in the matrix, right? So we're the quote unquote viruses, and they're supposed to be the antidote, the exterminators, right? Ghostbusters, if you will. Right? Like that's what they're supposed to be doing, is trying to eradicate the light from the earth. But they know that, you know, the fallen knows that they cannot eradicate the Most High's chosen people of this earth. You understand what I'm saying? Because the righteous are the ones who keeps this earth in flux. Okay. This is the only reason why I keep saying that the earth still yields fruit. This is the only reason why that the earth still is operating the way that it is. You understand what I'm saying? And the Most High has not set hell to it 100%. Okay. So they know that they cannot eradicate us 100%. But the fallen will put that idea into the minds of the ones who have yielded their vessels over to them, okay, with the intent of knowing. You understand what I'm saying? When you're inhabited by that many damn devils, you understand what I'm saying? You do become psychotic. You understand what I'm saying? You do become psychotic. And a lot of the things that you are imagining, you know, that are wicked, that you want to do to their opposing force, which will be the children of the light. Okay. A lot of that It's psychotic and it's unimaginative. You understand what I'm saying? And of course, these people are delusional. And of course, the fallen knows that. But that is a causation to what I've been saying for the longest about how when you're inhabited by devils, you understand, it leaves a scar, especially when they get exercised. It's just like with anything, like a vessel breaks and you put it back together, there's still going to be scars. You get what I'm saying? But in today's society, a lot of the system of psychiatry and the so-called church, right? They want you to accept your trauma. Okay, it's okay to accept your trauma. It's okay to monopolize off of it. It's okay to, put it out on Front Street and make it look like it's something to laugh about. You understand, and be entertained by. Like that's what they expect people to do. They want you to accept your trauma and the things that has happened to you, because in that way you won't be made whole, and you can go to the lake with them. That's it. That's what it's all about. Okay, so it's something when you have a myriad of people who are sharing this same collective consciousness. And this is what I always talk about, okay? The churches will never tell you that you need to be made whole, okay? They'll say things like, well, let me just say this. They're not doing deliverance anymore in these ministries. They're not doing deliverance anymore. And that's what it really counts as deliverance, okay? It's deliverance. I always say that once saved, always saved bullshit is exactly what that is. It's bullshit. Because the truth is that how you going to be once saved, always saved? All that does is still give people, you understand, the idea that they can still be wicked as long as they're saved under grace. Just repent. But if you go back to doing what you're doing, just repent again. If you still keep doing it, just repent again, because you're going to be forgiven. He shed his blood for us on Calvary, right? On Calvary. So go ahead and repent and he's going to forgive you. But you still doing worse than what you was doing before, or still doing the same things that you supposedly got on your knees and repented for anyways. That don't make no sense. And that's what is so misleading. You understand what I'm saying? Especially in these synagogues. And this is why they do not teach deliverance anymore. Of course, we know that's how it's set up governmental wise. You understand? Because these people do get penalized because they can't talk about demonic possession. Yes, they can cast out devils. You understand what I'm saying? But that's just spiritual transference, taking one out just to put another one in. So you can keep bringing your ass back to the church. You understand what I'm saying? In need. And that's what's so sad, is that you have these people up on the pews. You know for certain that these people are in need of help. You know they're going to come back to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's just naturally what's in us. When we're going through something, we need. You understand what I'm saying? It's that yearning to have someone near us to listen. You understand, to us, or to help carry the burden that we are carrying. So, of course, a lot of us runs to the church, especially so-called African-American people. You understand? We're going to be the first people to run to the church and think that somehow, there is something that we can find there. You understand? Because of what we know, even when we don't believe. You get what I'm saying? So that just goes to show you that deep down inside, we're all yearning for a relationship with a father. Okay. And that goes to show you that a lot of us are fatherless. So innately within us, you know that you're not connected to the Father. So naturally, you know within you that you're not right and you want to be corrected. So you're going to go to the church. You understand? And of course, they're going to infringe on all of that, right? And they're going to appeal to your entreats of wanting to be made whole, your habits, your strongholds. You understand what I'm saying? The spirits that you're dealing with, because everybody's dealing with that. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just a sad thing. It's a sad thing when you see that. So they're not teaching people to, once delivered, stay delivered. That's my thing. That's my saying. Once delivered, stay delivered. Because it's important for you to realize that just because you got delivered, no matter how many demons it was, you understand, you're still going to have the enemy attacking you, still using those same things that you used to do, You understand? Maximizing it, just, recreating it and trying to spoon feed it back to you, dangling it over your head like a carrot, because the enemy knows what you like. The enemy knows how you liked it and all of that. And it's a sad thing because these people on the pubes know that. They already know that. But they're wicked. We already know. They went to school for that. They go to these Bible seminary schools. You understand what I'm saying? These theologians, and they teach them all those things. We know this already, but it's just sick because they take advantage of people's children. They take advantage of the women. They take advantage of these men. You understand what I'm saying? Because, like I said, a man is the only one who can house a legion of demons. You understand? A man is the only one who can house a legion of demons, is what I said. That doesn't mean that a woman cannot house demons. That is to say plural. Okay? I've already said that and made that plain. And you can go and read that in the scriptures, okay? You can go and you can read that in the scriptures. So this whole collective hive mind sort of worker bee mentality that a lot of these wicked people have is completely unmatched. I don't understand it because my mind does not operate like that. Okay. The scriptures say that we are to judge righteously. Okay. So anyone who thinks that, oh, well, who am I to say anything about this person or that person, and they put us into a position where it's so hard for us to judge. You get what I'm saying? They'll say things like, "Oh, well, you're not without sin," or they'll try to say, "You're not perfect." Well, we know we ain't perfect. Like, come on, like you're not like we know we're not perfect. We know that we're not that. Of course, we know that we're not without sin. Come on now, we know that. But they'll say things like that to try to tranquilize what you're saying, so that they can still continue doing what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just something I don't understand these people. I'll never understand these people. I'm not trying to understand these people. You understand what I'm saying? But one thing I do also want to point out is the fact that I noticed that these people were always blessed when they could come in contact, close proximity with me, and try to keep me in an ever-present state of sin. And I told you that only in the space of sin will your protection from the Most High be compromised, because that's what they really truly want. The wicked does not want you to have protection over. They don't want the Most High to have protection over you, because if your protection is compromised, then you understand what I'm saying? You'll be vulnerable, and they can devour you. That's what it's all about. It's devouring the righteous. And folks say, "Oh, well, self-righteous." See, and that's the thing, how they always like to trick people, and make you think that, oh, you trying to live a righteous lifestyle is somehow you thinking that you're better than somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of these wicked people know what you used to do and you used to run with them. And scripture tells us that we was dead in sin. We was going after what we knew of our father at that time, which was, of course, as we know, Satan. That's sin, right? We already know that. But when you for whatever reason you have this this feeling that comes into you where you've done wrong, of course, you're going to want to repent. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to want to try to stop doing it. So that doesn't mean that, and here's the thing, it just means literally for the wicked that they no longer get to have that same person that they used to bask and share these commonalities with, right? Whatever habits, whatever strongholds, whatever it was, these people are pissed off because they're not only losing a so-called friend, right? Because at the end of the day, you never really wasn't, they in their head, you're not their friend. Okay. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. To the righteous, being a friend or used to be a friend to a wicked person, right? Because we didn't already seen their faces, and then they show us 100% where their allegiance lies, right? These people in their hearts already know that they're not a friend to us, but they know that we're a friend to them. You understand what I'm saying? And this is how narcissistic abuse runs deep, and it continues on, right, in this cycle. Because a lot of us, we don't like being alone, okay? It's very hard for us to, excuse me, it's very hard for us to go through experiences, especially challenging experiences, alone. You understand? Like I said, it's this innate feeling to want to be near someone and have someone there to help, carry this burden with you, not for you to unload it up on them and make them carry it for you, but just for someone to help carry the burden for you. You understand what I'm saying? And when you don't have that, then of course we'll look to, certain people, and then some of us have made the mistake of going after or going back to some of the same people that we called our so-called friends or so-called family members as well, thinking that, oh, okay, well, I've forgiven them. You understand? Well, maybe I can still be around them, but no, that's not possible. It's just not possible. And we are to not be equally yoked with these people. I don't give a damn if it's your family. You understand? Because these people have showed you time and time and time again that they hate you. You understand? And it doesn't matter what you do, what you say, they hate you. I've even tried to still be nice to these people. You understand what I'm saying? And I'd be the fool because I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna backstab me, they're gonna talk about me, make lies, you understand, spread these rumors around like a virus, like they always been doing. And then I'd be the fool once they show up again. I'm saying once they show their true face again. Because the truth is that they've never not have kept their mask on. You understand? These people have always shown me who they were. The telltale signs were always there. And that's what it always is with wicked people. You understand? You have some who are sly, who are cunning, they want to try to hide it. You understand? But then you have those who are very bold. Like I said, I call them the bold ignorance, right? They have this bold ignorance where they don't mind wearing it out and proud. You understand what I'm saying? That's the generation that we live in right now, where you have a lot of the wicked just wearing it loud and proud. They don't give a damn about them being wicked because wicked right now is reigning for the most part. It is. So the blessings that they assemble, because they get assignments as well, okay? The blessings that they're able to assemble by way of setting up the righteous is what keeps them going. But within that, these people are so foolish. And that's why I said that the fallen knows that they're foolish. And the fallen knows what's going to happen when they're inhabiting these vessels, right? Their sponsors inhabiting these vessels, they're going to already know what's going to happen to the minds of man. Okay. Just naturally, the psyche is going to fragment. You're going to see signs of mental cripplings within a person who is inhabited by devils. Now, don't get it fooled. You do have people who can play a role, because that's what Satan does. He plays a role, right? He disguises himself. So at the end of the day, you do have people who can fake the funk and fake it well. And they're great actors and actresses. You understand what I'm saying? They can play it off really well. I'm talking about fake their symptoms, right? And that's very hard to do. I'm talking about in the presence of a righteous person, because when the wicked steps in the presence of a righteous person, usually, and this is why I say you have the bold, ignorant ones. They'll come to you. They'll try to come to you, but you know that they're not going to just walk right up to you. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to walk right up to you. They're going to tiptoe around and watch you. They're going to watch and circumspect and see how you move to see when is the right time to try to come up and to approach you, to say what their log line is going to be. That's going to be their ticket in. They want to try to, test the waters. You understand what I'm saying? To see where you're at. Because at the end of the day, they already know that in the presence of a holy one, okay, who has the Most High Spirit residing in them, guess what? Them demons got to flee, and they're going to tell on themselves. And they know that too. I'm talking about the fallen knows that too, and all them damn wicked ass spirits that they are inhabited by. They know that too. You understand what I'm saying? So the wicked knows who to go after. The wicked knows who to go after, and the wicked knows who they can't too much play around with. You understand what I'm saying? And Satan knows, well, let me just say the fallen knows who, what level everybody is on. You understand what I'm saying? The fallen knows what level everyone is on. The fallen knows also our traumatic issues. You understand? That of which is magnified. That's the reason why a lot of these people are having a field day. You understand what I'm saying? Doing these things to us because they get to reinforce that trauma upon us, thinking that somehow it's going to officially, fragment our psyches, because once your psyche gets fragmented, your vessel becomes, like I said, it becomes vulnerable to demons, and they can slip in and out of the cracks of your mind easily. There would be no resistance there. There'd be no resistance there. So it's interesting to know that a lot of these people are delusionally believing that they're not inhabited by devils, even though they're doing occult. They're practicing occultism, occultism, right? They're practicing that, which is the dark arts behind closed doors. But they don't believe that they inhabited by devils. No, that's just what they're trying to portray to us. Okay? That's just what they're trying to portray to us. But these folks are so foolish that they don't even know that they are cursed, right? They're cursed. Now, for example, I'm going to tell you this. I went into the store one day. This is a while back. And it was this woman standing in front of me with her children. Don't get it twisted, because they like to put the children in front, just like I think I like to call this them symbolically using their children as a shield. You know how you can physically use your child as a shield. These people symbolically use their children as a shield. And I told you that the wicked loves to reinforce this type of wicked behavior upon their children, or should I say superimposes upon their children, because whatever they're not able to continue, right? Because we know that at some point we all got to die, right? So, and the wicked knows this too. That's what I'm saying. Like an adult who is wicked, like they know this mess too. But that's why they feel like they're calculating, they have this all lined up. That if they're not able to finish being wicked or finish the assignment that they've been given by their masters, then they will leave that up for their children to finish. So they're teaching their children to be even more wicked. And 10 out of 10 times, these children are already coming out wicked anyways, right? They're coming out a lot more wicked than their parents. And that's what I'm seeing today play out. You understand what I'm saying? Because a child these days, I don't care if you 20 years old, 21, I still call you a child. You understand what I'm saying? Because you ain't really lived. You ain't really lived. You understand? And you damn sure as hell ain't really lived for Hamashiach. So you just running around foolish. These people don't care. They don't have nothing to live for. So those are the real ones that they want at the forefront. And I said this before. The fallen ones, them at the forefront, because they know that these idiots are going to be so quick to die for nothing. For nothing. Okay? But let me say this. I was in the store, right? She's sitting up there with her kids and things like that. They're doing all, making googly, evil, nasty, disgusting eyes, looking me up and down like I'm a little kid, right? I'm their age. You think I cared? No, right? In my head, I'm already reciting scriptures. I'm already praying, everything. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the type of person that I am, because I already know what it is. This is a spiritual battle. You understand? So I get it. But she's like, oh, well, you want to go in front of me? You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. They'll sit and watch because they don't really know. They can't tell, especially with the righteous person. Like I love playing with these people's minds, because I could have my face is just naturally serious. Okay. I have angry Negro resting face. I really do. I have angry Negro resting face. So when you see me, you already know I'm serious and I'm about business. And that's just really how I carry myself. I've always carried myself like that. You understand what I'm saying? So I already knew, you understand what it was. She didn't want to say nothing to me. Neither did them kids. But it was like, once she saw that, because I think I had looked at something on my phone and I cracked a smile. So I guess she felt like that was the ticket in to try to say something or try to be fake nice, right? And then once she said, oh, you can go in front of me if you want to, if that's all you have. Because I think I just went up in there for like 2 drinks. I think like a water and like a Gatorade or something like that. And the kids, yeah. That's when they started chimed in. But you guys don't know that I already peeped how evil you was looking at me and the curses that you was already sending my way. Oh, and she said, no. I said, no, thank you. It's okay. You go ahead. And she said, oh, well, it's good karma. No, I insist. In my head, I'm like, okay, yeah. You didn't already made your presence known, even though I already knew what the hell you was about. I knew what you was about. You ain't your wicked children. You understand? But it's interesting because the only way for these people, like I said, they have to siphon off of a righteous person. Okay, and like I said, let me say this again when I say righteous. I don't live for my righteousness. That is self-righteousness. I live for his righteousness. You understand what I'm saying? Because it is the Most High who deems you a righteous person. It's not yourself. I gotta say that. Because a lot of people will say, oh, okay, yeah, in the moment that you say you righteous and this and that, you think you better than someone, blah, blah, blah. No, no, no. I told you already, and I'll tell you again, I'm nothing. Okay. I'll tell you in a second, I'm nothing. All right. But when you know that you are loved, when you know that the Most High protects his own, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I got to chuckle about that a little bit inside, not to be disrespectful or not to be vain or to be conceited. I'm just letting it be known, like, it is the truth. Like, I love him for that. Like, I give thanks to him for that. You understand what I'm saying? But these people always have to siphon off of a righteous person, the children of the light, the true light. You understand what I'm saying? Not the false light, with that of which they're carrying, right? These people always have to siphon off of the children of the light. And the way they do that is by doing things like that. That is the perfect example. Oh, it's good karma. But see, she didn't have to even say that. But like I said, in the presence of someone who's really walking the walk, you understand what I'm saying? Them demons gonna tell on themselves. Man, I done been in the presence of some of these people. All they gonna do is give lip service. They gonna start telling on themselves. Big time. And I ain't gotta say nothing. I ain't gotta say nothing. And I'll be like, what you talking to me for? I ain't got nothing for you. Like, what you want me to do? You understand what I'm saying? It really just depends on the day of how I'm feeling and how I'm gonna deal with them. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit up there and be buddy with you. And I know you're my enemy. I can respect a vermin who really knows that I'm their enemy. You understand what I'm saying? But don't really truly know me, but they already know it's deeper than me and it's deeper than them. But they know that they hate me because they hate my father. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm just a messenger. Like I said, be mad at the one who sent me. Don't be mad at me. Okay. But I can have more respect for a vermin who just literally has the understanding. We have an equal understanding that, guess what? We ain't gonna never be seen together. We ain't gonna never break bread together. We ain't gonna never bump glasses together. And we damn sure as hell ain't gonna never have a babbling of nothing with one another. I can respect my vermin like that because we already know what it is. It's war on sight, period. And I'm not talking about physically. I'm not talking about physically. They already know. You didn't already hit me with fiery darts the night before. So you coming around just to see if I'm bow-legged, if I'm sitting around here limping, you understand what I'm saying? If I'm getting hauled off in the ambulance, like, that's what you waiting around for. But see, I respect a vermin like that because I already know what you're about. And you know what I'm about too. So I'm not I can't stand the one who try to pretend. Like, I can't stand the ones who try to pretend. Like, as if I'm not gonna know. And then they sitting around laughing, all the rest of them, thinking that, oh yeah, you talking to a wolf in sheep's clothing. I already know this is a wolf in sheep's clothing. They telling me everything that y'all just discussed anyways. You ain't saying it, you ain't saying it right off the bat, but your spirit is already telling on you. So I already know what you done already said. And see, that's what I'm saying. It's a certain type of babbling. I can't explain it. I will do no justice explaining this. I think that, if you're a person who really is going through this, you know what I'm talking about. If you've been in the presence of these people, they can tell on themselves without actually saying it. So they'll have this, it'll be code almost. And that's what it was for me. A lot of it's New Orleans, especially. Everything was being made known to me just spiritually. These people were saying certain things, but I knew, like, the spirit was telling me that it meant something else, the complete opposite. Okay. It meant the complete opposite. And it just was a feeling. I don't think anyone really knows unless you've been in that position, like the feeling of death upon you and the feeling of just being surrounded and backed up into a corner by wicked people. And I'm talking about like armies of wicked people. That's what it felt like. I felt like everybody was taking part. Like so many different people was taking part in attacking me and attempting to take part into my potential sacrifice at that time. Because don't get it twisted, just because they felt that time, and I told you what happens to the victim, because I obviously, a person who is sacrificed, they are, a victim, of course, because they succumb to that. But don't get it twisted, they sacrifice their own as well. But they need to get you into a space of sin, that is to say, corruption, to keep you there to be able to sacrifice you. Because, like I said, all they want are your demons. They also want all of the good things that comes along with you. They want also the information that's stored into your DNA that has linkage back to, of course, your ancestors and things like that. These are all the things that these people want from you when they're trying to get you into a space of sin, corruption, okay, to sacrifice you. So the truth is that when it comes to that whole sacrificial thing, when a person succumbs to that, when they're successful, of course, they are the victim because they're no longer alive. They didn't survive that. You understand? So I could say that I was a survivor that in that moment, you understand? And I've survived other assassination attempts from these people, but I could say with surety that these people are not done attempting to try to sacrifice me. But what happens when when the Most High allows for a person to escape, you understand, being sacrificed, that demonic energy has to go somewhere. Okay, it has to go somewhere, and usually it'll cycle back around and it'll get somebody else in your family. And I'm going to use my experience and my family as an example. Okay, since that didn't work, right, and my family all took part in that, right, they do all this fasting on specific dates, you understand what I'm saying, and all of that, they do all this prayer, all that, these rituals. Since that didn't happen, it had to cycle back around. So I already knew, and the Most High explained that to me. I just didn't know who was going to be. You understand what I'm saying? So of course, I've seen a lot of death play out in my family. I'm just like, damn, it's a lot of fucking people in my family who are dying. And I made a video about my cousin. Her birthday is the day after mine's. Right? That's just so serendipitous, right? But even before that, there was people in my family who were dying. And they were just getting bumped off, bumped off, bumped off, bumped off. And I couldn't understand what was this about. And then me trying to dignify that to other people that I had talked to in the past, they couldn't help me come to, some understanding about that either. So all I had to do was pray and fast and wait on confirmation, and it was just interesting because when that dark energy comes back around, it cycles back around, usually it's going to be somebody that's close to you. Okay. It's blood related, um, or it can be like a close friend, right? Because all of that time spent fasting, praying, all that them ritualistic times that they've done, going to these relic places, you understand, to do their rituals, watching or waiting for celestial events to happen so that they can pull from that. You understand? That all has to go somewhere. And you just don't have so-called witches and warlocks in your region, wherever you are, that's partaking in that, friends and family alike. You have also warlocks and witches who are literally besprinkled across the entire earth who are taking place in this. So don't get it twisted. Just because somebody over in a third world country in Africa, you understand, was killed, don't think that someone over in South America don't know about it. Okay. And the lattice, the internet is a prime example of that. That's how a lot of these people keep in contact with that. And of course, they're connected in the spirit. Okay. So that's what the wicked are very much so involved in. You understand what I'm saying? I don't see not too many TIs talking about the whole sacrifice thing. I think when I first embarked on, research about this whole experience, there was just a few people talking about it. You understand? But it's like I feel like a lot of those people don't talk about that stuff no more. You know what I mean? Because that's really what it is. Like they want to sacrifice us to their demon gods. You understand what I'm saying? That's exactly what they're trying to do. Is sacrifice us to their demon gods. Okay, because it's all about the light. And I keep saying that that's the reason why they always make mention of that. Anyone that they've sacrificed, they always say, oh, they had just such a great light, a great soul. When they walked in the room, they all lit up. They just lit up the room. You understand what I'm saying? It always goes back to the light. The Most High had me reading John, okay, today. And just, man, and it's like so many different things was being revealed to me. So many different things was being revealed to me. And John talks a lot about the light. You understand what I'm saying? John talks a lot about the light. Hamashiach talks a lot about the light, period, anyways, because he is the word of Yah. You understand what I'm saying? He is the word of Yah. So he came to fulfill the scriptures. He is literally the word made flesh. So the fact that, you had people rejecting him, you understand what I'm saying? You had people setting him up. You understand? It's something to see that happen and then how it plays out today. I just think that, depending on what epoch you were born in, uh, that will determine how hellish it was. You understand? Because back then they didn't have, this advanced technology. Today they have it where they can maximize their sorcery. You understand what I'm saying? Where they can pretty much sacrifice multiple people simultaneously, and not even have to be present. Someone can be, like I said, in a third world country taking part in a ritual that's happening here in America. And usually that's how it always happens. So it's always about the blood. It's always been about the blood. You understand what I'm saying? Bloodshed. This is the year of the big eight. So the wicked, they are very happy because they know that this is their time for them to give up their sacrifices. Uh, a lot of celebrities, remember we've been saying that, are already dying. I'm talking about now. You can tell which ones are faked. Okay, you can tell which ones are faked. I'm not gonna go down the list of the ones that I know for certain are faked, but I'm just let it be known, okay? Because at the end of the day, when you have a celebrity death, just because the person is so-called dead, you know about the internet hoax, right? So we know that internet hoax, they do happen, right? Where the internet kills these people. But I want you to understand that just because it is professed that a person has been sacrificed, because that's really what it is, does not mean that that person is actually dead. They just sacrificed their image or the people that we knew them as, so they can come back and play somebody else. Usually it's like that. But now, like I said, since we're getting down to the wire of Hamashiach's return, these people are actually, it's not working. That's why I said, the wicked are scrummaging around for information and for intellect, for wisdom, should I say, because there's a drought when it comes to wisdom as well. And that is also talked about, or should I say prophesied in the scriptures too, is that there's going to be a drought of wisdom. And that's what's happening now. A lot of these people are being made known, like, who's a false when they open up their mouth, because he said you would know them by their fruits, what you produce out of your mouth. Right? So a lot of these people are not even able to produce anything fruitful. Nothing. They're fruitless, in fact. Okay. And that's driving them crazy because they're attempting to try to reinvent themselves, right? Because that's what they do. Every generation, they reinvent themselves, the fallen, just to appeal to the generation of that epoch, right? That's what they try to do. Just recycling. Nothing new under the sun, right? So that's not working, because we already know Hamashiach is on his way back. I mean, I feel it and I know it. I just feel it and I know it. No man knows the daytime, no hour, absolutely not. But I know the season is definitely near because he gave us a season. And that's another thing I want to talk about. How Hamashiach, when he was on the scene, and even in John, he talks about how, the Jews, you understand, those were the biggest accusers, right? Was his people, the Jews, right? All they did was accuse him about, what he was doing, breaking the Sabbath, going to heal people, and You understand? Remember when the holy angel came down and stirred up the waters, and then people were coming to the waters to get into the waters to be healed. You understand what I'm saying? All the Jews, everybody was watching. You understand what I'm saying? And all they could talk about was the fact that he was doing works and healing on the Sabbath. Oh, you picking up your bed? It is not meet to pick up your bed on the Sabbath. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You know, and that's just, it's just so interesting to me to see that play out, because these people wouldn't accept, the Jews, they wouldn't accept, and these were his people by blood. Okay, these were people by blood. You understand? They were relatives, if you will. You understand? And these people would not accept that he was the son of Yah, and they felt like he was equating himself to Yah, right, the Almighty, when he told them, like, he was using parables. Okay, he was using parables. And I say this a lot because it's very interesting that even though Hamashiach let them know, like, you know, I think Nathaniel is the one that asked him. It was one of the disciples. No, it was Simon. And he was asking him, like, why, you know, do you say, you know, parables? And I'm paraphrasing. And he was like, well, you know, if I told it to you, you understand what I'm saying? He knew that the Jews weren't going to understand what the hell he was saying, but he already had known the disciples, because remember when he told Nathaniel, I saw you, I knew you before you was even sitting up under the fig tree. You understand what I'm saying? So the Most High knows who his people are, and he knows who the wicked are. And he told the Jews at that time that you guys are wicked. I know who you are. He even also said that there's a devil that's among you. That is to say, Judas that was amongst him. He said, "There's a devil that's amongst me." Because by that point, of course, it was already made known. You understand what I'm saying? Judas knew who the fuck he was. He knew that he was there. He knew he was there for what he was there to do, and that's just a fact. He knew 100%. He did not believe that that was the son of the Most High Yah, who was literally God in the flesh, or should I say, Yah in the flesh? Okay, literally. But the Jews were so downtrodden with trying to prove him wrong. You understand? So much to the degree that he just proved his point, that they were in darkness and that they were blinded because they were still holding near and dear to what Moses said, okay, which is the law of the prophets. And they did not want to accept that this was literally the true Elohim, the true Christ, right, upon the scene, which was already prophesied by the prophets of the old. So it's like he told them. So y'all know the scriptures that I was set to come. And the fact that you won't accept it because I don't look the way you want me to look, or I'm somehow breaking laws and things like that. You understand what I'm saying? My whole point of this is this. Don't waste time attempting to reprove a wicked person, because you're never going to do that. A wicked person is going to remain wicked. And that's the reason why I told y'all that the Most High told me to stop praying for them, or stop trying to lament for the wicked. I can't do that. Like, I can't sit up here and try to wear, you understand, your sins, like Job did, and try to repent for the things that your ass is doing when you know well of what you're doing. You do. I'm not interceding for the wicked anymore. That's not what I've been doing. That's not what I'm going to continue to do. This is a war. Okay. If you don't know, this is a war. And you have a lot of people in the gray area, which I do not believe in. He said, either let your yes be yes, your no be no. Okay. You can't be in the middle. I know which side I'm on. They didn't said all types of crazy things about me. You think I give a damn? Absolutely not. Because like I said, once it's all said and done, my Father's going to exalt me in the end. And that's the fact. I'm tired of this, but you know what? I still got, by the grace of Yah, I still do have wind. And in me to continue doing what he has sent me down here to do. I hate this place. Oh, why do you hate the world? You one of them people who just want the world to burn up. No, the Most High already said what he gonna do to the world. So it ain't this whether I like it or don't like it, he gonna still do what he said he gonna do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just playing my role in it. But I do hate this place. This is not a place that, or this is not a life that I want to try to maintain. You understand what I'm saying? The only people who would be pissed off about somebody praying for plagues to come down is a person who is angry at the Most High. You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, you can't get close enough to him to give him a piece of your mind. So you're gonna take it out on his followers and his messengers. Okay, so you can get mad at me all day long. I'm down here doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? I am tired though. I gotta tell you, I am tired. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am tired because I have labored, and I hate saying that because it's like, oh, okay, well, you're supposed to be doing it, and I know, but you understand what I'm saying. But some people, you gotta let it be known because some people just think, what, you a chimp? Nah, meet me and find out. And I told you that. I'm sick of these devils. I'm sick of these wicked people. They're cursed beyond measure. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't even got to curse you. You already cursed for what you're doing to the Most High's people. So I don't have to come out up here and say what you're doing to me because you know what you're doing to me. These people have been gassing me like nonstop. They wait till I fall asleep to try to release toxins. You understand what I'm saying? Into my room. And I already told you, scientists then already developed bioweapons to use against specific people on this earth who they deem to be a terrorist. They're calling me an environmental terrorist, y'all. What is that, anyways? You might as well call me climate change. I'm just being funny. I know climate change is not a real thing, but I'm only saying that because they're calling me an environmental terrorist. You understand what I'm saying? They are. And I can swear up and down, I could stomp around, you understand, and tell you who I am. But the truth is that I am nothing. I am nothing. Nothing at all. All I am is just a messenger. All I am is just a servant, like the real ones out there, like you. That's it. But to say that I'm not tired would be a lie because I am tired. You understand what I'm saying? I've been at this for it would be 7 years. Yeah, I say the same of 2025 of April, because that would make it 7 years that I've been officially going through nonstop spiritual warfare in hell and attempted assassinations against the wicked on my life since April of 2018. Right. And that is during Passover. So, I didn't know then what it was about and who the hell I was. I didn't know any of that stuff, but I know now. And like I said, I'm nothing, but at the end of the day, the Most High told me, you special to me, but you don't get special treatment. That's what he told me. And I said, I can receive that. I can receive any and everything you tell me because I know he's with me. You understand what I'm saying? And if he tells me not to say this, if he tells me not to say that, I won't do it. I'm gonna tell you that right now because I done made too many mistakes in the past for doing that, following my own heart. So I just tell you, the real ones, please learn from my mistakes. Because like I said, I can wear all of the dirt that I've done. You understand what I'm saying? And it'd be shame because that's exactly what they're doing. They're seeing our shame right now play out in real time because we're going to be able to see their ultimate shame in the end come time for judgment. So they get to have fun using our sins against us. magnifying them to the world, embellishing it, over exaggerating it when they know damn well you didn't do half of the things that you've done. And like I said, this goes back to how these people are blessed once again, is by way of the disobedience of the righteous. When you are disobedient, trust me, the wicked, they get blessed. They do. This is how they mysterious can call your ass up. I don't know if some of you guys are in contact with some of these so-called people, or just anyone that you've met. You understand? This is why they can call you up and let you know like the good that has happened in their life, but it's been by way of you. You know that, right? It's been by way of you. Not to say that you were disobedient, though. See, that's the thing, and I have to say that too, because not everything that's happening to you, that is to say, you being afflicted, is based on the account of you being disobedient or doing something wrong. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't always mean that. It just really depends. You get what I'm saying? So I have to say that, because I don't want anyone thinking that, I'm saying that you're living in error or whatever, because I know that that's not the case for everyone. But I'm saying, though, I'm using myself as an example. Anytime that I've been disobedient, it was made known to me. It was made known to me. And then the wicked, they get to laugh and party because, excuse me, they were able to get you into a space to be disobedient. And they get blessed for that. Whether it's to get you to drink, whether it's to get you to smoke, whether it's to get you to do drugs. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's to get you to have sex. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's to get you to watch porn, all that stuff. You get what I'm saying? So these people get blessed for that. They do. That's why they can call you up and tell you, because at the end of the day, they want to rub that in your face and let it be known, because they already know that it was really by way of your disobedience that they were blessed. And like I said, all the time, it does not have to be you being disobedient. Okay? All the time, it does not have to do that. But anytime that you have the wicked doing that and being blessed around you, you understand what I'm saying? It does not have to mean that you were doing something wrong. These people are still, like I said, they're tethering you, siphoning off of your light. And this is how these people are still able to remain in flux in the land of the living, by living off of your light. That's why they know they can't get nothing from me. I have a reputation for being an asshole. That's what they call me. Oh, he's an asshole. Why? Because I don't let you sit up in my face and babble about nothing. Why? Because when you try to talk to me, all you're gonna do is try to make small talk about what? How blue the sky is. Already know that. Why? Because you just want to be near me. So you can try to pervade my space and get me out of character. No, all that stuff is history for me. All them lights, all them colors, all that stuff don't get to me. None no more. I didn't been going through this for too long. And the real ones, y'all know, if you've been going through this for a long time, you already know what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Like that stuff, you already desensitized to, because you already know. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that you don't know that it's going on around you. You know. You just don't let it bother you. I'm done. I didn't say everything I had to say. The wicked is going to do wicked. I wanted to use myself as an example and talk a little bit about the experiences. I've said a lot of this stuff on my previous channel and on this channel a little bit about what I've been through. You understand what I'm saying? I know I was bouncing around and things like that, but it all came down to what I needed to say in the end. Peace and blessings to my people who are scattered across the four corners of the earth, and to the stranger who has maligned themselves with us. Steadfast, stay prayed up. Shalom.